my mind and my body. But there's one thing to say it always keeps. It's strong!
What is up, guys? Mr. Star75 here today, and today we are going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super. Specifically, the Dragon Ball Super Universal Tournament. Now, it's already been released, and of course, most of us have already seen it, and we can all agree it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but the majority of us enjoyed it for the most part. But we can all agree on one thing. It could have had some improvements. And in this video, that's what I'm going to be talking about. The Dragon Ball Super Universal Tournament redone. So basically how I'm going to do this is that I'm going to keep the basic concept of a certain arc the exact same, but I'm going to change certain elements of the story to make it better. And today's topic is going to be the Universal Tournament from Dragon Ball Super. So let's get started. The first change I would do to this arc goes back to the very beginning when we're even told about this tournament. Instead of just meeting Champa and Vados for the first time, we are also going to meet Zeno for the first time. And why am I bringing Zeno, you might ask? Well, to change the stakes of the tournament. If you remember in the original, the only stakes in the original tournament were the winner of the tournament could wish for the Super Dragon Balls and the loser would just get the other Earths. Does that really, have any tension towards it? No, this one would be way different. In fact, Zeno would be the one suggesting the idea for a tournament, and he'd say this: I haven't seen a good battle for 1,000 years or something like that. And after seeing how the amazing power of Goku and Beerus, he figured, you know what? I want to see a tournament between you two. And of course, Champa and Beerus are like, no, we don't want to do it. And then Zeno says, the loser of the tournament will have their universe destroyed. And if you both don't do it, I'll destroy both your universes. So of course, they both agree to it. And he also says the winner of the tournament will get the Super Dragon Balls. So the tension is going to be pretty high. If Universe 7 loses the tournament, they're going to have their universe destroyed. Whoa. Now that is intense. So of course, they start training immediately, and the universes would have 1 week to prepare. I would also change one other thing. Instead of having like a literal written oral exam in order to actually do the tournament, I will cut that part out so the tournament is more free. The way the fighters are picked is the God of Destruction of both universes picks them. So since there's no written oral exam, that means Majin Buu can participate in the tournament. And the first round would start us off with Majin Buu versus Botamo. And Majin Buu would win. Because, let's be real, I don't want Majin Buu losing in the first round. He needs to win at least one fight. And let's be real, did anyone really care about Botamo? Plus, how funny would that battle be? Just think about that. And so, of course, Majin Buu would win the first round. But he would lose the second round against Frost. So after Majin Buu loses in the first round against Frost, that's where Piccolo comes in. No, not Goku. Piccolo would come in. This would be not a 1-episode fight, a 2-episode fight, kind of like with Vegeta and Vegeta. It would be very long and intense, but finally, Piccolo wins with a special beam cannon. I would also change Frost's intentions. I would not make him evil at all. I would make him a good guy, because let's be honest, an evil Frost is literally just a Frieza bootleg, but instead is more of a liar. So Frost would be good. He'd take the battle very humbly. He'd be like, wow, Piccolo, you truly did beat me. I must get stronger. And Piccolo's like, we'll see about that. And which leads me to my next round. Piccolo versus Vegeta. Now this one would also be a long one episode, but instead Vegeta would win this one. And who's next for Universe 7, you might ask? None other than Vegeta! Da, 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 da. But yeah, Vegeta would be next, and the battle would be almost identical to how it would in the show, where Vegeta actually uses his Super Saiyan form. I have no problem with them using their Super Saiyan forms, but using it all the time isn't that, smart. So of course, Vegeta would be using a Super Saiyan form because he wants to conserve as much energy as possible. The God form would not be unlimited like it was in, Resurrection F. It would have limits on it, so they have to conserve their energy. And Vegeta wins with a final flash, just like he did in the show. Now, which leads us to our next battle, since Vegeta won that last one. Vegeta versus Kaba. This one would actually be almost identical to the one in the original show, only one small thing. Kaba would actually prove a pretty hard challenge for Vegeta. His Super Saiyan form would be stronger than Vegeta's Super Saiyan 2 because Kaba's base is just so powerful. Which leaves Vegeta be like, "You're not bad, Kappa, one of the best Saiyans I've ever met. But there's another realm of Super Saiyan, one that you aren't ready yet. Let me show you." So, and of course, he goes Super Saiyan Blue. Kappa shocked, like, what? And Vegeta defeats him just like he did in the show. Now, granted, it would take a little more hits, but Vegeta would still beat him. Which leads us to our next battle, Vegeta versus Hit. I'm sorry, Vegeta fans, but I'm still gonna make Vegeta lose this one. Here's why. Even though he only uses Super Saiyan Blue power last round for a little bit of time, it's still like a certain amount of time. So of course his power is draining and he has stamina issues. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, but Mr. Ninja Star in Resurrection F, they could control their Super Saiyan just fine. Well, Goku and Vegeta didn't know. Their Super Saiyan Blue form has limits on it, so they kind of use up a lot of their Super Saiyan Blue potential in Resurrection F. So, of course, they have to conserve some of their energy in order to, which is why they're going regular Gold Super Saiyan. So since Vegeta used some of his Super Saiyan Blue power-ups, yeah, he's kind of gonna be a lot weaker. And he gets destroyed by Hit, which leads us to our next round, Goku versus Hit, the climax of the tournament. I would not have it in the show where, you know, Goku's base is stronger than Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue. No, that makes no sense. Goku would go Super Saiyan Blue from the start. Fight is almost identical to how it was in the show, where Hit gets stronger as, you know, the time passes as he's in battle, and Goku is learning this, like, I like a challenge. So of course, they have their duel. I would keep it pretty much almost the exact same, and Goku would go Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10, leaving Hit a little bit, you know, overwhelmed, but he would not lose. He would still be like, ugh. And Goku's like, what? He survived that? That was almost all my power. And thus they have another beam struggle, and unfortunately, Goku actually loses this one. Yes, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, he lost this one. Yes, Hit is still too powerful for him, even because while his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken form was still extremely powerful, it still put a strain on his body, and Hit is extremely durable, so of course Goku had like next to no power left. So of course Hit won that match, which leaves Monaka versus Hit. I would still keep the idea that Monaka is weak because that idea is just too funny to take away. So it seems hopeless, right? Well, even though Hit knows the stakes for his universe, he sees how humble Goku is, and he's like, wow, this guy's strong. I don't want to see this guy die. I want to see him keep on training and fighting and being the best he can be. He sees how humble Goku can be, and thus decides to go easy on Monaka, and it goes the exact same. Monaka one-punches him, and so-called Hit pretends to fall back, and of course, Monaka wins the tournament. Because of how mad Champa is, because his team pretty much just lost, he actually decides to kill Botama since Botama didn't even win a single match. So of course, Botama is dead. And of course, Beerus sees how like the other fighters, they're legitimately scared of Champa right now. Because Champa's like, I'm so gonna kill all of you. And of course, but that's when Zeno comes in and says, Universe 7 has won. And then of course, it says, wish for whatever you want. And that's when Beerus summons Shenron using the Super Dragon Balls. Or Super Saiyan, and instead of wishing for food or anything selfish, he actually wishes that Universe 6 doesn't get destroyed by Zeno. Zeno is okay with this decision since obviously Beerus is the winner and everything. And of course, the Universal Tournament ends. Universe 6 was not destroyed and everything is at peace again. So what did you guys think of this video? Would you have done something differently? Well, if so, leave a comment down below saying why. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Mr. Star 65 out. Have a great day, everybody.